end of the phone. Brother-in-law, don't ask so many questions. Quickly open Kumao Music and take a look. Although Lin Feng was full of doubts, he followed the instruction, quickly clicking on the Kumao Music application on his computer. And on the homepage of Kumao Music, there was his song, Sunny Day. Clicking on it, he found that the song still needed to be purchased. It wasn't expensive, just 1 yuan. Below it were the statistics. His song, Sunny Day, had been uploaded promptly at 8 o'clock this morning, and now, at 10 o'clock in the morning, it had already sold over 3 million copies, with listening plays reaching over 9 million, likely due to repeat listens from those who purchased it. Brother-in-law, did you see it? Ye Xiaoyu's excited voice rang out from the phone. Yes, I saw it. The sales are pretty good, Lin Feng said with a smile. Pretty good? What are you kidding? This is just the beginning. Kumao hasn't even started its second wave of promotion yet. Just wait, I have a feeling your song sales will break 10 million today. Are you home now? I'll pick you up. We need to celebrate today, Ye Xiaoyu said loudly. In the capital, at the Kumao headquarters, President Qin Tian was currently monitoring the real-time data for the song Sunny Day. Report, President Qin, Sunny Day was released 2 hours ago and has already surpassed the 3 million mark, an employee said softly. What about Penguin Music? Qin Tian asked again. Yes, President Qin, over at Penguin Music, Yang Fan and Wang Yun also released their new songs, Transparent World and Light of the Firefly. Together, they have also surpassed the 1 million mark, but they are still far behind Sunny Day, another employee reported. That's natural. No matter how much promotion, only good work is the hard truth. These 2 songs aren't even fit to carry Sunny Day as shoes. Immediately prepare for the second wave of promotion. I want to widen this gap. Qin Tian's lips curved into a slight smile. He hadn't been this excited in a long time. What exactly is going on? At the Penguin Music headquarters, the manager was furious, looking at how Transparent World and Light of the Firefly combined had only just exceeded 1 million despite their vigorous promotion. 1 million, not even enough to cover the promotion costs. Report, manager. All the traffic has been siphoned off by Kumao, an employee whispered at this moment. Kumao, do they still have that kind of strength? The manager sneered. Manager, Kumao also released a new song, and this new song is the hottest one these past 2 days. The hottest? Could it be? The manager looked at the employee. That's right, manager. It's the song sung by that mysterious singer at Chen Zixuan, the Queen of Pop's concert. Now the full version of the song has been released on the Kumao Music platform, an employee said cautiously. Damn it, Kumao got ahead of us. The manager angrily slammed his fist on the table and said furiously. He had also thought about finding this mysterious singer to sign him, but he simply couldn't find him. He wondered how Kumao found him. Find out the name of the uploader of this song. I want all his information, the manager said furiously at this moment. Found it. This song was uploaded by a company called Vanishing Stars Entertainment Co., Limited, an employee reported. Investigate, find out who the registered legal representative of this company is and where the company is located. Found it in the demon capital. The legal representative is a person named Ye Xiaoyu. Good, book me a flight to the demon capital and send me the exact location of this company. With that, the manager stormed out of the office. Damn it, utterly despicable. At this moment, Yang Fan, in his luxurious and spacious villa, was like an out-of-control beast, frantically smashing everything he could reach. His face was twisted in a savage grimace, and he continuously let out angry roars. The originally neatly arranged furniture, exquisite decorations, and expensive artworks were all shattered and in disarray under his irrational violent behavior. At this moment, Yang Fan's shirt collar was wide open, revealing his muscular chest. His once bright and piercing eyes were now bloodshot, as if about to drip blood. He looked like a roaring beast in a state of extreme fury, sending shivers down one's spine. Damn him, Lin Feng! It's Lin Feng again! I will never let you off. Today should have been a joyous day for Yang Fan's new song release. For this new song, the company and Penguin Music platform had spent a huge amount of money on large-scale promotion. However, to everyone's surprise, even with all that, his new song was still no match for a song called Sunny Day. Yang Fan initially didn't know what song it was, but the moment he heard the opening, he knew it was the song Lin Feng had sung at Chen Zixuan, the Queen of Pop's concert. Recalling the mesmerized reactions of the audience at the time, and the netizens' unreserved praise for Lin Feng online now, the jealousy in Yang fans' heart burned even fiercer. Why? Why on earth? Why can Lin Feng create such excellent songs? What talent does he possess to write such popular masterpieces? Yang Fan muttered to himself, continuing to wield the stick in his hand, smashing the remaining objects in the room to pieces. He simply couldn't accept that his carefully prepared new song would end in such a disastrous defeat, and he couldn't tolerate Lin Feng stealing his thunder again and again. Meanwhile, Lin Feng and the others were completely unaware of these events. They were currently celebrating at a steakhouse. Cheers! Vanishing Stars didn't have many employees, only about a dozen people, and at this moment these people, including Lin Feng, were celebrating with a meal. It's over 10 million! It's over 10 million! By 3 in the afternoon, at Kumao Music Platform's headquarters in the capital, the employee constantly monitoring the data couldn't help but shout when Lin Feng's single Sunny Day daily sales exceeded 10 million. Although Qin Tan, who was nearby, remained expressionless, his hands, resting below, continuously clenched and unclenched, clenching then unclenching again. These 2 years, this was his most satisfying day. He had finally trampled penguin music under his feet. Mr. Qin, the chairman is looking for you. Just then, Qin Tan's secretary handed him a phone and said in a low voice, "Everyone, we're going out for dinner tonight. You pick the place and I'll pay." Qin Tan lowered his voice as he spoke to his colleagues, then left and went to his office. "Hello, Chairman, it's me, Qin Tan." "Yes, that's right, I had intended to report to you later, Chairman. The contract we signed between Kumao Music Platform and Vanishing Stars Entertainment Company is like this." Then Qin Tan described the details of the contract to the chairman. After a moment of silence, the other end said, "Zhao Qin, you did very well this time. From now on, all matters concerning Vanishing Stars Entertainment Company will be under your full responsibility. If you encounter any trouble, you can come to me anytime." "Yes, Chairman. I plan to fly to Demon Capital in a couple of days to discuss the release of new songs with Mr. Yi." Hearing the chairman's affirmation, Qin Tan instantly felt like he had been injected with hormones, and his voice rose a pitch. Demon Capital Yi Group Chairman's office. Ye Xiaoyu, who had been in meetings all day, now sat weakly in her office. She hadn't rested since leaving home until now. "Xiao Tom," Ye Xiaoyu called out, and soon, a young girl quickly ran over. "What's wrong, President Yi?" The girl's name was Ye Xiaotong, the daughter of her third uncle. Ye Xiaoyu, seeing her cleverness, made her assistant right after she graduated from college. And Ye Xiaotong did not disappoint Ye Xiaoyu. She hadn't made any mistakes in her work for so long, which made Ye Xiaoyu very satisfied. "Xiaotong, do you still have anything to eat?" "I haven't had lunch today," Ye Xiaoyu asked pitifully, looking at Ye Xiaotong. "I still have some snacks. Should I bring them to you?" Ye Xiaotong asked tentatively. "Yes, hurry up then, I'm starving," Ye Xiaoyu said excitedly. Ding ding ding. At this moment, her phone rang. Ye Xiaoyu took the phone out of the drawer. Ye Xiaoyu had 2 phones. One phone was for handling company affairs. One phone was for contacting family and friends. During work hours, Ye Xiaoyu usually kept the phone for family and friends in her drawer. Now that she had finished her work, Ye Xiaoyu took out her phone. This was her sister's group chat. Although it was a sister's group, there were only 3 or 4 people in it. And as Ye Xiaoyu's sisters, they were naturally also people of considerable wealth. "Sisters, I just heard a new song, and it's absolutely amazing," someone with the nickname Sexy Little Lolita said at this moment, also sending a link. "Invincible Pretty Girl, oh, it's really good, I've listened to it several times." "Queen's Majesty, how to put it, this song reminds me of my first love in high school." "No way, really? Weren't we in the same class in high school? How come I didn't know you had a boyfriend?" Sexy Little Lolita said at this moment. I kept it a good secret, didn't I?" Queen's Majesty sent a smug emoji. "No wonder you didn't hang out with us much in high school. You really prioritized him over us." Ye Xiaoyu chuckled and said. "Wow, it's rare for President Yi to speak at this time. What's up? Was the prison released early today?" Invincible Pretty Girl said. "Yes, I had meetings from the moment I arrived this morning. They just finished," Ye Xiaoyu replied. "So pitiful, kiss our little Xiaoyu big sister hugs," Invincible Pretty Girl said, finally sending a hug emoji. "Shuang Xiaoyu, don't speak yet." I have something to ask Min Min. What was your boyfriend's name back then? Sexy little Lolita asked. XXX Queen's Majesty typed 3 characters. Damn it, that was my high school crush. This moment, invincible pretty girl exploded. Min Min, you little hussy, I'd treat you as my sister, and you secretly slept with my male god. Invincible pretty girl said, then sent a bomb emoji. Tell me, did you do anything bad? Sexy little Lolita asked. Definitely. You don't know Min Min, she's incredibly wild. I always wondered why her chest got so big in high school, she must have been moisturized. Hey, that's enough you guys, this conversation is getting out of hand. I think you're the husses. What? Craving men? Go find them outside. I heard the guys for sale out there are incredibly handsome. Ye Xiaoyu's face was full of black lines. How did this conversation get so twisted? Ye Xiaoyu reluctantly clicked on the link, paid 1 yuan. The next second, the beautiful prelude of Sunny Day echoed in Ye Xiaoyu's office. The small yellow flowers of the story, drifting since the day they were born tilde. Why does this voice sound so familiar? From just the first line, Ye Xiaoyu felt the voice was very familiar, but she couldn't recall it at the moment. President Yi, you're listening to this song too. At this moment Ye Xiaotong returned, holding a bag full of snacks. What? You've heard it too? Ye Xiaoyu asked. Of course. This song is super popular right now. I've never heard such a good song. Ye Xiaotong said with a smile. This song reminds me of skipping class in high school to go out with my boyfriend. Ye Xiaotong fell into contemplation, but the next moment she realized she had let something slip. The President Yi in front of her was not only her boss, but also her older female cousin, and if she told her parents. All right, I won't tell your mom. Look how nervous you are. You've already graduated from college and you're still so timid. Ye Xiaoyu was a bit helpless. While speaking, Ye Xiaoyu scrolled through the comments below, which were almost uniformly praising how well the song was written and reminiscing about their school days. Everyone in the comments below says this song reminds them of their student days. Why don't I feel that way? Ye Xiaoyu asked, a little confused. Sister, don't you know your own situation? You were famously the ice beauty at school. Your record of rejecting 100 men is still displayed at school, Ye Xiaotong said with a smile. The so-called rejecting 100 men meant Ye Xiaoyu had rejected the pursuit of 100 boys within a week. She was solely focused on her studies. If those people from back then knew you're now married to someone like him, I wonder what they'd think, Ye Xiaotong continued. Unlike Ye Xiaofen, who was very close to Lin Feng, Ye Xiaotong didn't particularly like Lin Feng. Given her older female cousin's conditions and current status, Ye Xiaotong believed no one on this planet could be worthy of her, yet she ended up marrying Lin Feng, a useless man. All right, your brother-in-law isn't as bad as you make him out to be, Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile, not angry, knowing that Ye Xiaotong was feeling it wasn't worth it for her. However, Ye Xiaoyu couldn't just dismiss Lin Feng as worthless, so she immediately began to speak up for him. Your brother-in-law does have some good qualities. For example, he's a great cook, and Ye Xiaoyu realized that Lin Feng seemed to have no other advantages besides cooking delicious food. Oh right, your brother-in-law writes pretty good novels too. Ye Xiaoyu remembered the novel she had read earlier and told Ye Xiaotong. He writes novels? Ye Xiaotong was a little disbelieving. If you have time, search for it. I think it's called Jade Dynasty, Ye Xiaoyu said, then seemed to remember something. That's right, it was Lin Feng. No wonder the voice sounded so familiar to her. Wasn't that Lin Feng's voice? All right, you go get busy first, Ye Xiaoyu told Ye Xiaotong. Okay then, call me if you need anything, Ye Xiaotong said respectfully, then left Ye Xiaoyu's office. After Ye Xiaotong left, Ye Xiaoyu opened the song's information. The author of this song was not credited, and the composer, lyricist, and singer were all the same person, but they must have used pseudonyms. Dragon in the Sky, what a Chunabiyu name, Ye Xiaoyu chuckled, but when she saw the publishing company, Ye Xiaoyu confirmed who sang the song. Thanksing Entertainment Company, wasn't that the name of Ye Xiaofen's company? On the other side, Ye Xiaotong sat at her desk, looking at the computer, thinking about Ye Xiaoyu's words. He writes novels? Ye Xiaotong was a little disdainful, then searched for Jade Dynasty on Kaiandu. Sure enough, she found a novel called Jade Dynasty. At this time, Jade Dynasty had already been updated to 10 chapters. The synopsis described it as Xianxia, As a girl, Ye Xiaoyu rarely found male-oriented Xiangxia novels interesting. I want to see what kind of nonsensical garbage you've written, Ye Xiaoyu clicked to read. Heaven and earth are unkind, treating all things as straw dogs. Just like Ye Xiaoyu's first time reading it, the very first sentence at the beginning stunned Ye Xiaoyu. Although she didn't know what it meant, such a sentence sounded very impressive. She read all 10 updated chapters in one go, but Ye Xiaoyu found that she actually had no points to complain about. Although the content of these 10 chapters was just a beginning, it was written very smoothly, with no uncomfortable parts at all. And it was only 10 chapters, yet there were already quite a few comments below. Author, keep up the good work, it's very well written. It's been a long time since I read such a pure Xiangxia novel. Author, keep it up. Holy cow, too few updates, not enough to read. Author, please update more. This comment was followed by a 100 yuan tip. Ye Xiaoyu added Jade Dynasty to her bookshelf, then exited the website and began to work. As Ye Xiaoyu's assistant, her workload for the day was still very heavy. However, although the workload was heavy, Ye Xiaoyu was certain that by following Ye Xiaoyu, she had truly learned a lot of things. Inside an office at Tianyu Entertainment, Wang Dong, the vice president of Tianyu Entertainment, was pacing back and forth in his office, while Yang Fan and Wang Yun stood there quietly, not daring to say a word. Tell me the truth, what exactly is going on between you two and this guy? Mr. Wang, this guy is called Lin Feng. Yang Fan thought for a moment, then told Wang Dong everything. Nonsense. Don't you know how much effort the company put in to get you two to appear at Chen Zixuan's concert? And you two, you're just making a wedding dress for someone else. Just now, a relevant person from Penguin Music called me and said that your 2 singles haven't even broken 1 million plays yet, and they really can't promote them anymore and have decided to give up. Do you know how much the company has lost because of this? Wang Dong said furiously. Mr. Wang, actually, Brother Yang and I just wanted to humiliate him. Who knew something like this would happen? He's just a useless computer science major who doesn't even know sheet music. How could he suddenly write songs? Wang Yun said in a low voice. However, as the saying goes, the speaker has no intention, but the listener takes it to heart. Wang Yun's words were heard by Yang Fan, who immediately felt that what Wang Yun said made a lot of sense. So Yang Fan looked at Wang Dong and said decisively, Wang Yun is right. How could a computer science major who doesn't even know sheet music write such a good song? I think he must have plagiarized it from someone else, or someone else wrote it for him. Yang Fan became more and more agitated as he spoke. It must be like this, no doubt. He firmly believed that Lin Feng must have plagiarized, or rather, in this situation, he dared not believe that Lin Feng had such talent. If that's the case then, Wang Dong looked at Yang Fan at this moment, and Yang Fan nodded, then said with a smile, Don't worry, Mr. Wang, I'll handle this matter and make sure he's disgraced. Lin Feng naturally didn't know what Yang Fan and the others were planning. After dinner, Lin Feng returned home and continued writing his novel. At 5 o'clock, there was a sudden sound at the door. When Lin Feng turned around, he saw that Ye Xiaoyu had already opened the door and entered. Mr. Yi, you're back so early today, Lin Feng quickly said. Yes, a few meetings today went more smoothly than expected, Ye Xiaoyu said at this time. Then wait, I'll go cook now, Lin Feng said. No need, I brought some back myself, Ye Xiaoyu said, raising the bag in her hand and telling Lin Feng. These are the signature dishes from a restaurant our group recently acquired. I heard the taste is very good, so I asked Xiao Tong to pack a few portions for me. You don't need to cook today, let's try them together and give some feedback. As she spoke, Ye Xiaoyu placed the bag on the table and glanced at Lin Feng's computer. Sure enough, he was still writing a novel. Then I thanked Mr. Yi, Lin Feng said with a smile, then I'll go cook some rice. Ye Xiaoyu nodded, then sat down and looked at the dense text on the computer, asking Lin Feng, who was busy in the kitchen. Is this the latest chapter you've written? Ye Xiaoyu asked. Yes, Lin Feng's voice came from the kitchen. Then can I read it? Ye Xiaoyu didn't just start reading like the first time but asked Lin Feng. Of course you can. Having received Lin Feng's permission, Ye Xiaoyu then continued reading from the previous chapter. Because this was Lin Feng's draft, and had not yet been published, Ye Xiaoyu could be said to be the only person who knew the subsequent plot. These 2 days, Lin Feng wrote novels whenever he had time, wanting to save up more drafts. Ye Xiaoyu watched intently, gradually becoming engrossed in the plot. At this moment, she finally understood why some boys liked reading novels so much. It had to be said that a good novel could indeed make you feel as if you were there. These days, Lin Feng had updated up to the part with the black heart old man, and the ending was written where Zhang Xiaofen and Bai Yao read the incomplete poem from Lady Jinling. After Ye Xiaoyu finished reading the chapters Lin Feng had written, Lin Feng's rice was also cooked. He called out to Ye Xiaoyu, and Ye Xiaoyu got up and walked towards the dining table. However, at this moment, the last line Lin Feng wrote still echoed in her mind. Deep love brings suffering, a lifetime of suffering, infatuation only for the suffering of the heartless. Deep love brings lifelong suffering, infatuation only suffers for the heartless. Ye Xiaoyu recited this line chopsticks in hand. What's wrong, Xiaoyu? Lin Feng asked, looking at Ye Xiaoyu. Nothing, I just think the line you wrote is too bitter, Ye Xiaoyu said. It's just for the plot, Lin Feng said with a smile. You sang the song Sunny Day, didn't you? Halfway through the meal, Ye Xiaoyu looked up at Lin Feng again and asked. Lin Feng was startled at first, then smiled and said, How did you know? When I heard the song today, I felt the voice was very familiar. Then I found out the company that released the song was Vanishing Stars, which is Xiao Fan's company. Lin Feng nodded. For Ye Xiaoyu that was enough. Why did you do this? Ye Xiaoyu asked, looking at Lin Feng. Why what? Lin Feng was a little confused. You clearly know I don't want Xiao Fan to open an entertainment industry company. I even cut off his funding specifically for that. I just wanted him to back down and open a proper company. But you too, with one song, Sunny Day, helped him come back from the dead and turn the tide, Ye Xiaoyu said coldly. Improper? Why is an entertainment industry company an improper company? Lin Feng said softly, looking at Ye Xiaoyu. Peach, not being down to earth, just dreaming of instant fame. How is that being down to earth? Ye Xiaoyu looked at Lin Feng and said, Those singers in the entertainment industry, for fame, what wouldn't they do? Women climb high branches without shame. Men desperately create scandals in public opinion for fame. One thing in front of people, another behind their backs, shameless. Enough. Lin Feng, hearing Ye Xiaoyu's words become increasingly excessive, slammed the table and shouted loudly. Ye Xiaoyu, of course, was not frightened by Lin Feng's action. He looked up at him. Lin Feng took a deep breath, calmed himself, and then said, You're right, the entertainment industry is very chaotic, but not everyone is like you say. I just don't understand why you force Xiao Fan to do things he doesn't like. Because I am his older sister. Who are you? It's not your place to stand up for him, Ye Xiaoyu said in a low voice. Who am I to him? I am his friend, Lin Feng said softly, looking at Ye Xiaoyu. As he spoke, Lin Feng pointed a finger to the side and asked Ye Xiaoyu, What is that place? Isn't that just the kitchen? What do you mean? Ye Xiaoyu said coldly. About 5 li in that direction is a snack street, full of stalls selling snacks. But do you think the dream of these snack vendors, since childhood, was to sell snacks? Lin Feng stretched out his hand into the air and said softly, These people, due to the pressure of life, due to the pressure of family, have no choice but to give up their dreams and do things they don't want to do, and perhaps they will do it for a lifetime. Years have worn down their edges, diluted their dreams. But Xiao Fan is different. Xiao Fan lives in a wealthy environment. He has you, his older sister, supporting him, so he can boldly pursue his dreams. He is not like these people. He can afford to lose. As he spoke, Lin Feng left his seat, preparing to return to his room. I also have a dream, which is to sing under the gaze of tens of thousands of people. Ye Xiaoyu was stunned by Lin Feng's words. By the time she came to her senses, Lin Feng had already gone up the stairs. You clean this up before you go back to your room, Ye Xiaoyu shouted. Clean it up yourself. I'm not the nanny you hired, Lin Feng said in a low voice. XXX. The exasperated Ye Xiaoyu cursed, then dumped all the unfinished food into the trash can. The next morning at 7 o'clock, Ye Xiaoyu got up and washed. By 7:30, she came to the dining table. Is there no breakfast today? Ye Xiaoyu asked. However, no one answered her. Ye Xiaoyu went to the kitchen and found that breakfast was already cooked. Carrying the breakfast to the table, Ye Xiaoyu found a note on the table. Taoyi, by the time you see this note, I will have already left. These past years, I have been muddled, having long forgotten my original dream completely. However, Xiao Fan reignited my initial dream, so I have decided to go and achieve it. Of course, if you don't agree to me working at Xiao Fan's company, I can also leave and go somewhere else. My room is already clean, and the house, your house, I've cleaned it too. Thank you, Xiaoyu, for taking me in during my most difficult time and giving me a warm shelter. Now I must go, leave this shelter and pursue my dream. Our contract, let it end here. If there's time, we can go to the Civil Affairs Bureau to handle the divorce procedures. This past year, I truly thank you for your care. The second note was Lin Feng's instructions to Ye Xiaoyu about the placement of some furniture and items in the house, when to water the plants, and other daily chores. Finally, Ye Xiaoyu saw the house key Lin Feng had left on the table. Seeing this key, Ye Xiaoyu, for some unknown reason, felt an unnamed rage and tore Lin Feng's letter to shreds. Just leave then, why write a letter? It's truly disgusting. Watch too many idle dramas, Ye Xiaoyu said angrily. He immediately called Ye Xiaofen. The first call went unanswered. On the second call, Ye Xiaofen finally picked up. Ye Xiaofen, tell him if he doesn't want to come back, then don't play this running away from home game with me. With that, she hung up the phone. On the other end of the phone, Ye Xiaofen looked at Lin Feng, then at his phone, completely bewildered. No, what does your argument have to do with me? I'm just an innocent bystander. Half an hour earlier, so you and my sister are in a fake marriage. The purpose is that my sister wants to stop my parents from pressuring her to marry. Early that morning, Lin Feng had called Ye Xiaofen over and told him everything about his relationship with Ye Xiaoyu. Lin Feng nodded and said, "Want one?" Ye Xiaofen sat next to Lin Feng, offering him a cigarette with a smile. "When did you learn to smoke?" Lin Feng was a little curious. "I learned in high school, I just hit it well," Ye Xiaofen said proudly. "Your sister would skin you alive if she knew." Lin Feng took the cigarette and said with a smile. "No, my sister is so trendy. She even knows how to hire someone for a fake marriage. What's wrong with me taking a couple of puffs?" Ye Xiaofen said with a smile after taking 2 drags. "Yeah, all right. Now I've told you everything. Now it's up to you, Xiaoyu, whether to kill or spare me." Lin Feng took 2 puffs of his cigarette and said to Ye Xiaofen with a smile, "Although you two have an agreement marriage, you are legally protected as a couple right now, so you are still my brother-in-law. Also, no matter what you become in the future, you will always be my good brother, so there will always be a place for you here." Ye Xiaofen extinguished his cigarette, extended a hand, and said with a smile, "Let us conquer the entire entertainment industry together." A slight smile also appeared on Lin Feng's lips. He then extended his hand, and their hands clasped tightly together. "Brother." Since Lin Feng had moved out, he rented an apartment, and I felt heartbroken for him, paying 2,000 yuan a month. After helping Lin Feng settle his luggage, it was only 8 in the morning. Ye Xiaofen was about to ask Lin Feng where they should go for breakfast when his phone rang. "Hello, it's me." "Don't panic, what's wrong?" "What? Damn it, who's that son of a b****, each spreading rumors?" Ye Xiaofen's lips had just been curved in a smile, but the very next second, he started cursing. "President Yi, please come back quickly, the downstairs is full of reporters now." "Okay, I'll be right back." After hanging up the phone, Ye Xiaofen looked at Lin Feng and said softly, "Something happened." "What's wrong?" Lin Feng asked curiously. "You know Wang Yun, right? That B***ch actually posted on social media saying that the song Sunny Day was written for her by Yang Fan, and somehow you plagiarized it," Ye Xiaofen said angrily. "Oh, that's interesting," Lin Feng said with a smile. "Brother-in-law, do you have a grudge with Wang Yun and Yang Fan? Why are they trying to frame you like this?" Ye Xiaofen asked at this moment. Lin Feng then recounted the grievances between himself, Wang Yun, and Yang Fan. "Damn it, that's truly shameless. I'm going to find 100 beggars to gang rape her." Ye Xiaofen angrily punched the car's hood. "But brother-in-law, I'm so angry. Why are you still so calm and composed?" Seeing the slight smile, always playing on Lin Feng's lips, Ye Xiaofen asked. "Don't worry, as the saying goes, a straight body fears no crooked shadow. If it's mine, no matter what others say, it's useless," Lin Feng said with a smile at this moment. "We can handle this matter like this." With that, Lin Feng explained his plan to Ye Xiaofen. Ye Xiaofen looked at Lin Feng in surprise. "Isn't this playing a bit too big?" "Big? I think it's alright. Since we're going to play, let's play hard with them." A slight smile appeared on Lin Feng's lips. Ye Xiaofen nodded and then called the company. Hello, sweetheart. Are those reporters still there? Tell them. After giving instructions, Ye Xiaoyu hung up the phone and then went with Lin Feng to have breakfast. Downstairs at Fangxing Entertainment Company, more than a dozen entertainment media outlets were already blocking the entrance. After all, the song Sunny Day had already reached 10 million purchases on its first day of release, and now it had surpassed 13 million, making it a phenomenal song. And at this moment, someone broke the news that this song was plagiarized. This was undoubtedly a big story, and all the media outlets were scrambling to report, hoping to get the first-hand news. Inside a noodle shop, Ye Xiaoyu was slurping noodles when his phone rang again. Ye Xiaoyu looked at the caller ID, Qin Tan. Without hesitation, he answered. Hello, President Qin. Why are you calling me so early in the morning? Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile. President Yi, I believe you've seen the news. Someone reported that the song Sunny Day is plagiarized, and the person who reported it is his ex-girlfriend. Qin Tan's expression was very grim. President Qin, don't be nervous. What a great opportunity for publicity this is, Ye Xiaoyu continued. President Yi, don't you know? If it truly is plagiarism, you should know what we will face in the future, Qin Tan continued. Don't worry, President Qin. This song was indeed written by Lin Feng. I will give you a satisfactory answer regarding this matter, but I still want to ask you, President Qin, do you still trust me? After a moment of silence, Qin Tan's voice came from the other end of the phone. All right then, you handle this matter as you see fit. Damn it, I'm going all out, I'll follow you. Great, President Qin, in a while, you'll be ready to count money with sacks, Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile. After finishing breakfast, it was already past 9 in the morning. After dropping Lin Feng back at his rented apartment, Ye Xiaoyu drove to the company. By now, employees had already set up a platform outside, with a table and chairs on it. Ye Xiaoyu got out of the car at this moment and walked straight towards it. Ladies and gentlemen, reporters, this is President Yi of Fangxing Entertainment Company. You can ask any questions you have now, a female staff member said with a smile to the many media outlets. Looking at the agitated media below, Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile, don't rush, one by one. Today, I'll let you ask until you're satisfied. Ye Xiaoyu's words had an effect. The reporters below first chuckled, then raised their hands to ask questions. Male reporters, please wait a moment. I still prefer to delve deeper with you female reporters, Ye Xiaoyu said softly. Hello, I'm a reporter from Tanya Entertainment. May I ask, President Yi, is it true that the real name of the singer of Sunny Day, which is circulating online today, is Lin Feng? A short-haired female reporter stood up and asked. That's right, the person who wrote the lyrics, composed the music, arranged, and performed Sunny Day is named Lin Feng, Ye Xiaoyu replied. Then, President Yi, according to Tanyu Company's singer Wang Yun's revelation today, is it true that this Lin Feng dated her during university? What, she Wang Yun even said such a shameless thing? Ye Xiaoyu responded with a smile. Yes, at that time Lin Feng suffered so much to support her studies abroad, and in the end when she came back, she kicked Lin Feng aside. She can even say such ungrateful things. I don't know how some people's skin can be so thick. Then, President Yi, according to Wang Yun, this song was written by Yang Fan during university, and she found it amazing, so she copied down the sheet music. And at that time, because she was dating Lin Feng saw it. The reporter continued to ask, what does President Yi have to say about this point? I have nothing to say. My consistent principle is that whoever says it must provide evidence. They, on the other hand, just move their lips and spew out a pile of sh*t, then expect me to clean up after them. That doesn't make sense. President Yi, as far as we know, Lin Feng majored in computer science. This makes people very curious. How could a computer science major who doesn't even know how to read sheet music create such a phenomenal song? That's right, Lin Feng majored in computer science, but Lin Feng dropped out in his sophomore year. Do you know what else he did after dropping out? Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile. If Lin Feng is so innocent, then why didn't he appear today, and instead let you, President Yi, answer the questions on his behalf? Now we're getting to the point. Ye Xiaoyu first chuckled, then said, if a dog bites you, would you bite the dog back? A normal person wouldn't, but I, Ye Xiaoyu, am not a normal person. If a dog bites me, then I will bite it to death. After Ye Xiaoyu finished speaking, a large bus pulled up and stopped nearby. Today is going to be an explosive day. I wonder if everyone is interested in coming with me, Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile. Where to? A reporter asked. To the downstairs of Tanyu Company, of course, Ye Xiaoyu said with a smile. This startled all the reporters. They had never seen such a bold person before, who would actually go directly to block another company. This was exciting. All the reporters got into the bus without a word and then drove towards Tanyu Company. Greetings, viewers. This is a live report from 8 Entertainment. The mysterious singer of Sunny Day, Lin Feng, from Vanishing Stars, whose song has been trending on various online platforms these past few days, has finally been revealed today. Furthermore, Tanyu Entertainment's contracted singer, Wang Yun, exposed that the song was plagiarized by Lin Feng, claiming he is a shameful plagiarist. This topic immediately garnered the attention of major entertainment reporters. Just a moment ago, Vanishing Stars' CEO Xiao Fan also responded to the matter. Vanishing Stars' CEO stated that Sunny Day, from lyrics and composition to arrangement and performance, was entirely completed by Lin Feng alone. The alleged plagiarism is merely a malicious tactic by a competitor. Greetings, viewers. This is a report from a reporter at Tangxia Entertainment. We are currently seeing a bus stopped beside us. Vanishing Stars' CEO is extremely indignant about the malicious slander and rumors that his company's Lin Feng is suspected of plagiarism. Just now, the CEO invited all of us reporters to go to Tanyu Entertainment to demand an explanation. We are now heading to Tanyu Entertainment by bus. We wonder how Tanyu Entertainment will react to this matter. Don't go away, we will continue after the commercial break. At this moment, the atmosphere at Tanyu Entertainment was extremely tense and everyone's face was solemn, as if they were facing a formidable enemy. What exactly is going on? Tanyu Entertainment's vice CEO, Wang Dong, was pacing back and forth. How could the development of events be so different from what he expected? Under normal circumstances, after his side spread rumors, shouldn't the slandered party quickly issue a statement to refute the rumors, then hold a press conference to clarify, and finally release evidence to prove it? After that, he would buy some internet trolls to stir things up, ruining the author and the company's reputation. This was the correct script. Several of his previous competitors were ruined this way. However, now, the person in charge of Vanishing Stars is not playing by the rules. Why is he bringing a group of reporters to his company? The car drove for over an hour and arrived at Tanyu Entertainment. Tanyu Entertainment's building was much more imposing than Vanishing Stars' building, and the plaza outside was also much larger. The bus slowly decelerated, then stopped. All the reporters got off one after another. At this moment, Xiao Fan led the way, followed by some employees holding a banner that read, "Shameless Villain, Framing and Slandering." The security guards at the entrance saw them and quickly stopped them, preventing them from entering. However, Xiao Fan was prepared for this. He took out a speaker from his car, connected a microphone, and started cursing downstairs. "You sons of bitches from Tanyu Entertainment, your Papa Yi is here, hurry up and come down to kneel and greet him." Just this one sentence stunned all the reporters present. This was too audacious, wasn't it? Locking someone's company and cursing them out. "You clowns and bastards from Tanyu Entertainment, you have no other skills, but you are quite good at spreading rumors and slandering. But you've picked the wrong target. Your Papa Yi is not afraid of you. Didn't you say that Sunny Day released by our company was plagiarized from your company's contracted singer? All the reporters and media are here now, so let him come down. Is your Tanyu Entertainment a turtle shell? Is he a turtle? Hiding in his shell, afraid to come out?" Xiao Fan cursed so dirtily that the reporters didn't dare to turn on their cameras to record. This action attracted crowds from all around, and Kuwaishu streamers, hearing the news, came here and started live streaming. Ding ding ding. Tilda, having just finished a meeting and returned to her office, Ye Xiaoyu hadn't even had time to drink water when her phone kept ringing. Xiaoyu, quickly go to Kuwaishu and search for magical cookie. It was a message from her sister's group chat. "What's wrong?" Ye Xiaoyu asked. "Your brother is currently blocking Tanyu Entertainment's entrance and cursing them out," Invincible Pretty Girl replied. Ye Xiaoyu's eyelid twitched. Blocking someone's entrance and cursing them out? What was that rascal doing? She quickly opened Kuwaishu and searched for magical cookie. Indeed, he was live streaming. Clicking in, she saw Xiao Fan holding a microphone and cordially greeting the people of Tanyu Entertainment. "I say, have all you people from Tanyu Entertainment died? You sons of bitches, didn't expect me to block your entrance directly, did you? Scared the hell out of you bastards." Xiao Fan at this moment was like a shrew. No, a shrew wouldn't curse as dirtily as Xiao Fan. What's going on? Someone asked below the live stream. Tianyu Entertainment's contracted singer Wang Yun said. Someone replied below, and only then did Ye Xiaoyu understand the situation. It was no wonder Xiao Fan was so angry, because Xiao Fan hated being wrongly accused, and his relationship with Lin Feng was so good, so he naturally wouldn't let others wrongly accuse him either. Oh my Xiaoyu, so sunny day was sung by your flash marriage husband, invincible pretty girl said with a smile. Not many people knew that Ye Xiaoyu was married, and even fewer knew her husband's name. Of course, the other 3 people in the sisters' group chat all knew. When they saw Xiao Fan cursing, and then saw the name of the song's singer, they naturally knew that this Lin Feng was Ye Xiaoyu's husband. Oh my Xiaoyu, your husband has such a skill? Next time we go singing, Xiaoyu, bring your husband along to have some fun. Keeping him at home all the time will make him moldy. At this moment, the sisters' group chat started gossiping, not at all worried about the plagiarism issue. Come out, come out. You have the nerve to spread rumors, you have the nerve to come out. Don't hide inside pretending to be a coward, I know you're there. As he cursed, Xiao Fan even started singing. So this song was sung by my brother? This Lin Feng is too hateful, he actually plagiarized. Someone commented below the live stream at this time. Exactly, what creative ability does an ordinary person have? But my brother is so talented, he actually created a song like Sunny Day. Another person commented. Have some shame. If this was really created by Yang Fan, why didn't he sing it at the Heavenly Queen's concert? I think this song was sung by Lin Feng. Yang Fan shamelessly accused him of plagiarism, and now he's being cursed at by the company's CEO at the entrance. Someone retorted. That's hilarious. A computer science student who hasn't even graduated from university, who might not even recognize a musical staff, is doing creative work. Who would believe that? My brother was just backstabbed by him, and we fans will definitely continue to support our brother. What do you mean upstairs? How could my handsome brother accuse someone else? This Lin Feng, I can tell from his name that he's not a good person. He was Wang Yun's simp for 4 years, and when she ignored him, he started targeting my brother. Ye Xiaoyu looked at the brainless fans in the comment section and immediately felt a surge of anger. Do these people not have brains? Crazy fans are truly terrifying. Mister, he is already cursing at your doorstep, and you still don't dare to go out. Isn't it because you have a guilty conscience? Netizens online were arguing fiercely. Meanwhile, at Tianyu Company, Wang Dong slammed the table, stood up, and loudly declared, No, if we don't go out now, public opinion will turn against us. But if we go out, what should we say? Wang Yun asked at this moment. Don't say anything then. Yang Fan and I will handle everything. Remember, this song was written by Yang Fan. We must stick to that point, Wang Dong said in a low voice, then immediately led Wang Yun and Yang Fan out. Mr. Wang is here, and Yang Fan and Wang Yun have also come out. At this moment, the reporters nearby saw Wang Dong and the others appear and quickly grabbed their microphones, heading towards Wang Dong. What do you mean you surnamed Yi? Wang Dong ignored the reporters and loudly reprimanded Ye Xiaofen. Seeing someone come out, Ye Xiaofen's mouth curved into a slight smile. He then whispered something into the ear of the person next to him, who nodded and drove off in his sports car. Oh, the cowering turtle finally decided to come out, Ye Xiaofen said with a smile at this moment. What exactly do you want, blocking my company's entrance and cursing at people? Wang Dong sternly rebuked. Ha 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 ha, old man, people from your Tianyu company slandered my company's singer for plagiarizing your song, and I'm not allowed to curse at you for it? Who is Ye Xiaofen? That's not important. But who is Ye Xiaofen's sister? That is very important. All the business magnates in Madu, no, all the business magnates nation-wide, wouldn't they give Ye Xiaoyu some respect? Although he was still in a cold war with his sister, he didn't believe his sister would just stand by and watch him be bullied like this. As the saying goes, a big tree provides good shade. With such a powerful backer, what did he have to fear? Isn't that so? How do you plagiarizers still have the nerve to come to our door and cause trouble? Wang Dong tried his best to appear calm at this moment, speaking with an air of composure. I plagiarize your mother's ass. Do you have any evidence that I plagiarize? Show it to me, you bastard. Ye Xiaofen continued to curse. Lin Feng is a computer science major who doesn't even recognize sheet music. How could he write such a beautiful song? If that's not plagiarism, what is? Yang Fan also said coldly from the side. Then, according to you, for a singer who wrote a terrible song like Transparent World to claim a song like Sunny Day as his own, isn't that idiotic? Ye Xiaoyu said coldly. Is that so? If this Sunny Day was really written by Lin Feng, then prove it to us, Wang Dong said with a sneer. Here it comes. This was his most formidable trick, spreading rumors, but then demanding the other party produce evidence to prove themselves. I find it strange, you bastards spread rumors and then make me provide evidence. Am I your father? Did I sleep with your mother? You idiot said that Sunny Day was created by that idiot Yang. It should be you idiot, or that idiot Yang, or that silent bitch who provides the evidence. Why is it me? Ye Xiaoyu was going all out. I ask you, you little bitch, you said this song was written by Yang Fan. So when did he write it? When and where did you see it? How did you remember it after seeing it, and where did you write it down? How did Lin Feng see it? Ye Xiaoyu suddenly asked Wang Dian. Mr. Yi, you're asking too much. So much time has passed, how could she still remember? Wang Dong said with a smile at this moment. I don't remember, what a great excuse. I really hope you can remember something, Ye Xiaoyu sneered. How about this, I'll give you a chance to prove it. If that Lin Feng can write 10 songs similar to this one within 10 days, I'll admit that this song was written by Lin Feng, Wang Dong said with a smile. Your mother is an intersex person, Ye Xiaoyu said to Yang Fan with a smile at this moment. What did you say? Yang Fan immediately became furious and prepared to step forward and fight. What's wrong? Is it not true? If it's not, then I'll give your mother a chance to prove herself. Let your mother come over now and strip naked in front of everyone to see if she has a little dick, Ye Xiaoyu said with a laugh. Mr. Yi, you've gone too far, Wang Dong said coldly at this moment. Exactly, I am that excessive. Didn't I learn it from you? 10 songs in 10 days, and they have to be on the same level as Sunny Day. Have you been drinking too much fake alcohol, or did your mother kick your head? Ye Xiaoyu said loudly. 10 songs in 10 days isn't impossible. Just then, a voice rang out. Lin Feng walked out of Ye Xiaoyu's convertible sports car. Lin Feng, Yang Fan said fiercely, looking at Lin Feng. Lin Feng, is he Lin Feng? All the reporters swarmed forward at once. Mr. Lin, may I ask what you have to say about the online rumors that you plagiarized other people's work? Mr. Lin, did you really plagiarize? Lin Feng stopped and then smiled at everyone, saying, plagiarism? I haven't fallen to that extent. After saying this, Lin Feng walked over to Ye Xiaoyu and looked at Wang Dong, smiling as he said, just as Mr. Wang said, if Mr. Yang can write 10 songs like Sunny Day within 10 days, then I, Lin Feng, will admit that this song was plagiarized from you. 10 days? How could anyone write 10 songs in 10 days, and songs of that quality? Yang Fan immediately refused. And when Yang Fan refused, Mr. Wang next to him also got angry. Can you use your brain when you speak? I said that, aren't you slapping my face? Mr. Wang, look, Mr. Yang can't write them, so this song wasn't written by him, Lin Feng said with a smile. Ye Xiaoyu looked at Lin Feng. This was truly a decisive blow. Horse, writing 10 songs in 10 days is indeed not difficult for me, just like I only took 1 day to write Sunny Day. Lin Feng then looked at Wang Dong and said with a smile, Mr. Wang, let's play a game. If I can write 10 songs within 10 days, then you will pay me the corresponding royalties for these 10 songs sales on Cool Cat. And if I can't write them, then I will compensate you 10 times the total sales royalties of Sunny Day on Cool Cat after 10 days. As soon as Lin Feng said this, everyone took a deep breath. 10 songs in 10 days, that difficulty is truly sky high. But Lin Feng was so confident. One must know that if he, Lin Feng, couldn't write them, then he would have to compensate the other party 10 times the current sales of Sunny Day on Cool Cat. It should be known that the sales of Sunny Day on Cool Cat have already exceeded 10 million, reaching over 13 million. And with 10 more days, an additional 10 million should not be a problem at all. If Lin Feng couldn't write them, then the amount Lin Feng would have to compensate would be over 100 million. Was he trying to scare Tianyu Company, or did he truly have such strength? Oh my God, Xiaoyu, your husband is really too handsome. When can I borrow him for a couple of days? Her Majesty the Queen said in the group chat at this moment. Min, you little slut, are you in heat again? Go buy a toy and deal with it yourself. Invincible pretty girl replied. Ye Xiaoyu, on the other hand, didn't say a word. This Lin Feng was truly different from what she had perceived. She had always thought Lin Feng was the kind of person with no temper, to put it bluntly, a good for nothing. Yet, today, she never expected Lin Feng to be so unyielding. Holy crap, Lin Feng is really too fierce. Wang Dong Yang Fan, aren't you guys awesome? Do you dare to bet? In the live stream, Lin Feng's supporters were like they had eaten xuanmai, their eyes red. They really didn't expect Lin Feng to dare to confront such a big company like Tanyu Entertainment directly. Brother Lin is mighty. Brother Lin is domineering. In the live stream, those little fairy fanatical fans were all silent, while those supporting Lin Feng were frantically spamming the screen. How could this be? How could this be? Wang Dong clenched and unclenched his fists at this moment. He hadn't expected Lin Feng to make such a big fuss, and now he was stuck in an awkward position. Previously, they had confidently stated in the media that Lin Feng was someone who didn't even know sheet music. Finally, Wang Dong and Yang Fan exchanged glances, as if having made a decision, and said to Lin Feng, "Okay, we'll bet with you." As he spoke, Wang Dong was about to leave, but Lin Feng called him back. "What do you want to do now?" Wang Dong asked, looking at Lin Feng with displeasure. "Nothing, just want to block your escape route," Lin Feng said with a smile. "If I write it in 10 days, and you say I had already written it before and am just using it now, what then?" "Then what do you want to do?" Wang Dong said coldly. "I see a lot of media here, and I want them to have some sense of participation too," Lin Feng said with a smile. Immediately, Lin Feng looked at a media outlet and said with a smile, "Hello, reporter. What style of song do you most want to hear right now?" Lin Feng's actions startled everyone. This Lin Feng was too arrogant, daring to let others freely choose the style of his song. Was this ignorance or full of confidence? "Me?" The reporter was a female, and at this moment, her big eyes looked at Lin Feng with some disbelief. "Exactly, it's you," Lin Feng said with a smile. "Can you give me a story? I will turn your story into a song." "Hello, I'm a reporter from Tanyu Entertainment. I used to like a boy, but that boy liked my best friend. The three of us often went out together, but I never told that boy I liked him," the female said to Lin Feng at this moment. "Okay, I understand," Lin Feng said, pulling out a notebook at some point, jotting it down, then turning to Wang Dong and smiling, "Mr. Wang, you wouldn't think this young lady is an accomplice I hired, would you?" Of course not," Wang Dong snorted. "Good, if you don't," Lin Feng said with a smile. After noting down the female reporter's words, Lin Feng turned his head again to look at a reporter from another company nearby and said with a smile, "Big brother, you also give me a story." The reporter thought for a moment and said, "I saw a news report 2 days ago about a man who seemed to have heart problems and wanted to break up with his girlfriend, but his girlfriend refused to. Is this story okay?" "Of course, this story is very good. By the way, I also need to trouble this big brother to tell me the information of the male protagonist of this story, and which hospital he is currently staying in. I will use the sales of this song to pay for his medical treatment," Lin Feng said with a smile, while taking notes. "Lin Feng, I don't have a story, but I've always loved reading wuxia novels and yearned for the swordplay and martial arts in the Jiang who within the novels. Is this acceptable?" another reporter asked. "Of course, sword and dream it is," Lin Feng said with a smile, and then wrote down the reporter's idea. "Damn it, I've seen arrogant people, but I've never seen anyone this arrogant. Lin Feng, I admire you," someone said in the live stream comments. "If he can write that, I'll poop upside down. The one upstairs, mark my words, if he writes it, please tell me the live stream." "What? Your girlfriend often nags you? Are you here to show off your affection?" He wrote down another reporter's words. "I am a reporter for Starlight Entertainment, but I am also a mother. My child just started junior high this year, and I'm really worried about him." "I understand, I will tell him to listen to your mother," Lin Feng said with a smile. A reporter raised his hand and said loudly at this moment. This was not like a reporter interview at all. It was clearly like ordering food in a restaurant. "Don't rush, big brother." "Okay, it's you," Lin Feng said with a smile. "Lin Feng, I was really moved by your sunny day. I'm not lying, I even cried when I heard it. It reminded me of a deskmate I used to have." "Okay, big brother, I understand. Thank you for your story," Lin Feng said with a smile. "By the way, Lin Feng, can you write something with a bigger theme like opposing war?" another reporter asked at this moment. "Opposing war? Of course, this reporter's theme is quite good, Lin Feng said with a smile. Lin Feng, can I also suggest 2 songs? Yang Fan said coldly to Lin Feng at this moment. Of course you can, Lin Feng said with a smile. Okay, everyone knows, duets are the hardest love songs to write. Can you write a love song duet? Yang Fan said, looking at Lin Feng. Love song duets are the easiest to write, you idiot. You don't even know that and you call yourself an original singer? Lin Feng said with a smile. Yang Fan was choked with anger. Alright, there's one more. Can you write a song in the traditional Chinese style? As soon as Yang Fan spoke, everyone took a deep breath. This Yang Fan was too ruthless. Traditional Chinese-style songs are truly difficult to write, and over the years, such songs in the music industry are almost countable on one's fingers. Lin Feng sighed and said softly, Yang Fan, oh Yang Fan, I thought you would give me some real challenge. I'm really too disappointed in you. It's just a traditional Chinese-style song, that's all. That's all? Everyone, those present, those in front of TV, those in front of phones, those in front of radios, those in front of pagers, were all stunned. In classical Chinese, it would be, I and all my beloved ministers were speechless. Lin Feng, you are too arrogant, Wang Dong said loudly. Not arrogant, I'm even holding back, Lin Feng said with a smile. One more song, who can give me a story? Lin Feng stood up at this moment and asked everyone. Me. This time it was a streamer who spoke. This handsome guy? Okay, Lin Feng said with a smile. Can you write a song about chasing a girl? The person said with a smile. Of course, Lin Feng replied, then wrote down song about chasing a girl in his notebook. All right, Lin Feng, then I'll wait for your work in 10 days, Wang Dong said coldly to Lin Feng at this moment. Don't wait 10 days, starting tomorrow, I will release 1 song a day, and everyone can listen to them on the Kumao music platform, Lin Feng said loudly to Wang Dong. Oh, and do you know why I'm releasing 1 song a day? Because I don't want you to die too comfortably. I want it to be like a knife piercing into your hearts little by little. Finally, the farce of the day ended. After all the reporters had dispersed, Ye Xiaoyu pulled Lin Feng by the hand and got into the car. Xiaoyu, why are you in such a hurry? Lin Feng asked, looking at Ye Xiaoyu. Of course, it's to go back to the company and write songs. 10 songs, big brother, how could you agree to that? Ye Xiaoyu said helplessly. At this moment, Ye Xiaoyu was not as calm as he had been in front of the reporters. Instead, he was extremely anxious. What's the rush? It's just 10 songs, don't be nervous. Unlike Ye Xiaoyu, Lin Feng was very calm. Meanwhile, online, the matter had exploded. Immediately, Lin Feng's fans and Yang Fan's fans began to tear into each other online. The insults were incredibly nasty, all revolving around using verbs like fuck and screw to target the female relatives of the opposing party's 9 generations. Various media outlets rushed to report on it. This was undoubtedly the biggest traffic generator of the day, which also boosted the traffic for the song Sunny Day significantly, now reaching 2 million sales. Holy cow, Xiaoyu, is your husband really that arrogant now? Invincible Pretty Girl asked. He's putting on quite a show, isn't he? It'll be fun if he actually pulls it off in the end, Sexy Little Lolita also said. This man is interesting. Xiaoyu, can you give him to me? Queen typed. You hussy, you're getting horny again, Sexy Little Lolita retorted. You don't understand, other people's husbands are more fun to play with, Queen continued. You shouldn't be a company manager, you should be a prostitute. With your looks and your flirtatiousness, you'd have over 100 men a day. This conversation tells us that women's private chat logs are much wilder than men's. Ye Xiaoyu looked at the group chat, which had gone off topic again, feeling speechless, but at this moment, Ye Xiaoyu's heart was also filled with worry. Why am I worrying about him? Ye Xiaoyu suddenly realized. That's right, this man even dared to play the runaway game with her, so why should she care about him? If he lost in 10 days, what did it have to do with her? Thinking this, Ye Xiaoyu sent a message to Ye Xiaoyu. That's right, what Ye Xiaoyu cared about was Ye Xiaoyu, not Lin Feng. Hello sis, why are you calling me? You were really impressive today, going to the company entrance and cursing people out. Who taught you that? No sis, I didn't want to, but the main thing is that these bastards were too bullying. Alright, let's not talk about other things. Can you guarantee that you can write 10 songs in 10 days? If you can't, Your compensation will be hundreds of millions of yuan. Brother-in-law, my sister is worried about you, Ye Xiaoyu said to Lin Feng in a low voice at this moment. Cut it out, she'd worry about me? I'd be grateful if she didn't kick me when I'm down, Lin Feng said. Didn't this Ye Xiaoyu say yesterday that people in the entertainment